My name is Paula, and this is Paula Cat Tarot, and I'm going to pull a few cards for you today, and let's see what comes out. I hope you're having a good day. You might be seeing rainbows today, rainbow colors. You might see something shimmering through the window. Eight of Swords in reverse. Freedom. Releasing fears. This is surrendering to a situation, surrendering to maybe a situation you don't like. You might feel trapped, but you're surrendering to that feeling, which means freedom. Surrender is ultimate freedom. Let's see what else comes out here. Release, let go, move on. The Devil in reverse. So this is independence. This is freedom again. So 2 cards of freedom. There's something you're releasing. It could be a habit. It could be a bad habit. It could be toxic. Upright, the Devil is also contractual. It could be an agreement with work. It's not always negative. But if you're feeling trapped because of it and you feel the need to release it, then it might be negative. Let's see what else we have here. 7 of Wands. So you might be standing up for yourself. This is a card of courage, determination. You might be going through something financially that's making you feel stuck. But you might be releasing that feeling of being stuck. Let's see what else comes through here. Perseverance is very important. It looks like this situation has not been easy or fun. King of Cups. So this could be you. This is a leader. This is a diplomat. This is somebody that leads with their heart, that's in touch with their emotions. You can see he's sitting on a throne, but his throne is placed in the water. And the water is really a symbol of deep emotion and connection to that emotion. And also his throne looks like it's cement. So it's not going anywhere, and neither is the water. So this isn't somebody that's flighty. This is somebody that's well grounded in their emotions. And that could be you. You could be a counselor. You could be an advisor of some sort. You could be a teacher. You're definitely a leader. 5 of Wands in reverse. So this is getting over conflict. You can see they're all fighting with each other. All their sticks are up. They're waving them around angrily. But this is the peace side of that. So everybody's putting down their sticks. And they're like, maybe there's a better way. Maybe we could get along somehow. Is there a better way? It's always the first step, asking if you can do something better. If the answer is yes, then do it. Page of Swords. So you might be struggling. You might be a sarcastic person. You might be a person that doesn't plan necessarily. Maybe you're a little bit sarcastic, gossipy. In the upright though, this is somebody that is communicative, alert, agile. So you are all these things. Maybe you're just choosing one path over the other, choosing the sarcastic side of your personality over the communication aspect, which really sarcasm is a very effective form of communication. People disagree with that, but it does work. People get sarcasm. Most people, not all people. It's usually when somebody's really sarcastic, I tend to look at them as an intelligent person. They see things as they are. That's where the sarcasm comes from. So you might see something very clearly that nobody else sees, and it's really annoying. Magician in reverse. You might be using manipulation, cunning, or you might have gone through this. You might have experienced being bullied, sarcastically, manipulation, illusion, being caught in a deception that you can't get out of. But the magician can be turned upright. You have the ability to do that. Tarot is not fixed in stone. These are just guideposts, basically, that show you the energy around you. So the magician upright is manifestation, meaning you can turn everything around. You're obviously a very smart leader. And if there is toxicity in your environment, it looks like you're seeing that you need to move away from that. And that's a sign of intelligence also, knowing our own limitations and accepting them. Knight of Cups. So you might be somebody that's a negotiator, a mediator. Again, you're diplomatic. I'm really getting you're somebody that leads with the heart over the mind, and sometimes passion is confused with anger. So you could be facing a situation where your passion is translated poorly. I think people see heart for what it is, usually, eventually. And the people that don't are not meant for you. There's really no other way around it. 8 of Cups. So you're leaving something behind. You might have been emotionally attached to it. This is somebody that's not looking back. They have stacked all the cups and they've walked away. The end. You could be looking for something new in your career. You could have gone through a financial loss that's causing you heartbreak. Or it could just be a realization that something's not worth it anymore and you just need to let it go. 8 of Wands. So waiting. It is a holiday right now in the States. You might be waiting for, if this is a career related thing, you might be waiting for work. You might be waiting for a work day to finish whatever you're doing. This could also be delaying something. So you could be anywhere in the world, but you might be waiting because you just don't want to do it, which, you can, but the longer you delay, and I know this personally, the harder it is to get going. Procrastination is terrible. And it's really hard once you habitually procrastinate to stop doing it. Ace of Swords. So you are having some sort of a breakthrough. Sorry. This is definitely a new idea. This is also clarity. It's a realization that things need to change and that you're moving away from something, either a contract or a life situation, and moving forward with a new passion, I feel like, with a new focus, with a new truth, with a new realization. That's a powerful thing. to realize something, a new truth, and then to move on with that truth changes your whole life. 10 of Swords. So you could have just gone through a painful ending. You could be feeling like you've gone through something. Well, you could have been the victim of something. You could have been the victim of bullying. Somebody might have defrauded you. The Devil in reverse can also be broken contracts, broken agreements, betrayal. But with the 10 of Swords, I mean, you can't get worse than that. That's the end. This person is not going to wake up in the morning. There's 10 swords sticking out of their back. So you might feel emotionally like that's what you've gone through and you're just done. Your emotional your breakthrough might just be that you're just over it. You just totally over it. Knight of Wands in reverse. You might need to practice self-control. Sometimes endings can be very triggering. And if you struggle with anything mentally or emotionally, the tendency is to fall back on a relief mechanism. It could be drinking, it could be drugs, it could be overwork, it could be over-exercise. Anything you're doing too much of to the point where you can't control yourself or what you're doing is toxic. We've all done it, but this could be something even within your personality, being reckless, being arrogant. Those are toxic behaviors that can be addictive. I feel like your desire is to move away from these things. If they're around you, you might be dealing with people that are arrogant or dominating, controlling. That can be hard to deal with. Let's get a couple more cards here. The Hierophant in reverse. So you might be looking for new ways of doing things. This can be rebellion, breaking the status quo, going against the grain, not following the rules. But the Hierophant in reverse can also be non-conformity. It can also mean intentionally finding a new way, not breaking the rules, but changing the rules for the benefit of everyone involved. To me, that's a positive reversal of the Hierophant, which I feel like is something you might want to think about. Tradition is stabilizing, but I feel like knowledge, true knowledge, comes from experience combined with education. You can't just go to school and gain all the knowledge in the world. You really have to go into the world and use the knowledge to gain the experience, which brings you wisdom. And that might be what you're doing after a toxic period. Strength in reverse. I feel like you're feeling not weak. You might be feeling like unsure of yourself. You might be feeling like you're lacking confidence, but you have everything you need. You know, there's an infinity symbol above this person's head, and all the knowledge that you need, all the knowledge that you'll ever need, is already in existence. And sometimes we get discouraged because we feel like there's no way to do something, but there is. Sometimes it's just a matter of putting knowledge together differently and building something else. And I feel like that is something you're very capable of. There is strength there. You may not feel strong, but you are strong. Everyone has the ability to change themselves at will, but it does take willpower. Queen of Swords in reverse. I did shuffle these cards. I don't normally get so many reversals. This is a deceitful person. This is a pessimistic person. This is a manipulative person. You might be dealing with somebody that is manipulative, pessimistic, negative. Or this could be somebody around you. Let's get a couple more cards here. If you're dealing with somebody like this, I'm sorry. It's not easy to deal with somebody that's just negative. Everything's negative. That's a very difficult thing to deal with. The Star in reverse. So you might feel a lack of hope. Hope is always available. You might feel like there's a lack of hope. You might feel uninspired, but that will pass. It's not a permanent state of being. To feel despondent is a part of being human. Sometimes we go through depression. We go through sadness. We go through dark times. That's what makes us human. And if we didn't experience that, what would we be experiencing other than life? The Emperor in reverse. This is somebody that's controlling, that's dominant, that's recklessly dominant. This card also says tyrant. I really hope you're not dealing with a tyrant. If you are, I don't blame you for moving away from that. And it looks like you are moving away from that. This is the situation that I feel like that you're freeing yourself from. And I applaud you for that, because nobody wants to deal with this type of energy. Negative, dominant, manipulative, deceitful. This is somebody that will take you down a very dark road very quickly. Last card, because I feel like, yeah. I feel like you're in a situation right now, like this is the Fool in reverse, which is reckless, careless, distracted, foolish. This is somebody that's just going for the sake of going. It's not a new beginning based on happiness and joy. This is a new beginning based on, I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm just going to do something else, which you might need to plan a little bit more. It looks like there is a card here for not planning, like the Hierophant in reverse can indicate a lack of planning, a lack of connection, a lack of not just following the rules, but a lack of acknowledging the rules, because you have to know the rules in order to change them. If you just go around breaking all the rules, nothing will change. You just end up hurting yourself. So being rebellious for the sake of being rebellious never really helps anybody, especially if you're dealing with a dominant person. They're not probably going to change. Typically, people that are tyrants are that way for a deep-rooted reason, and changing them might not be possible, but you can always change yourself, and it looks like you're doing that. And the overall energy, yeah, I feel like you might be doubting yourself. Judgment in reverse. You might be feeling like you're not making the right decision. I feel like you are. You know, the first two cards were cards of freedom. Freedom from manipulation, freedom from pain, freedom from this situation with this dominant tyrant that takes away hope and leads people into the darkness. This is moving on from that. So I applaud you for that. That's a beautiful thing. That means growth, that means learning, that means improvement. So I hope this has helped you. I hope things get better. I believe they will. I'm sending you love, light, and infinite happiness. I love you.